So the movie starts, and we see a little boy whose parents have passed away. He started to feel quite sad, so he would come to his grandmother's house. His name is Sam, but he often felt very sad because he missed his parents a lot. His grandmother was very loving and caring and took great care of him. But Sam still wasn't adjusting there, so his grandmother tells him that it's okay. She will bring him a pet. You should play with her, make her your friend, share all your heart matters with her. And then a few days later, her grandmother gifts her a mouse. Sam was very happy to have that mouse and spent most of his time with it. He would always tell his grandmother how much fun mice have living. They neither use charms nor stop playing in their cage. One day, while Sam was playing in his room, a witch outside was watching him, and her eyes looked quite strange. At the same time, Sam's grandmother also started feeling very unwell, but after a little while, her health becomes normal again. So she tells Sam, come on, let's take a quick walk outside. And then they both go shopping at a store just for that day. Sam stays away from them for a little while. Then a lady approaches him, who was actually there. She gives Sam chocolate. This was the same female spirit who had been watching their house that day. She tells Sam, come here, sweet child, and she tries to hypnotize him. And she had a strange snake with her. But just then, Sam's grandmother calls out to him, and seeing her, Sam starts running towards her, and the witch quickly leaves. Then Sam tells his grandmother that the lady in the store was talking in a very strange way. She was giving me all this tasty chocolate and telling me to listen to her, and she had a snake with her. Her grandmother told her, my daughter, that was a witch. We tell you not to take anything from anyone because it is possible that someone has mixed something in it. And the most important thing is, if she was a witch, why would she give you anything to eat? She is surely trying to trap you. Let me tell you a story from my childhood. While I was about 10 years old, I had a friend, and we were going somewhere. But suddenly, my friend disappeared. When I saw her again, a strange woman was giving her chocolate. She was a witch, or rather, the leader of the witches. I took my friend and left. The next day, while I was getting my ponytail done by my mother, I saw my friend turn into a chicken right in front of my eyes. That means that witch must have done some magic on her. Or maybe the chocolate she ate had something in it. That's why I've always stayed away from witches, and you should too. Never take anything from them and keep your distance. If anyone comes near, immediately tell me. Sam's grandmother says, dear, we need to leave here soon because our home has come under the gaze of witches. And they usually attack the poor first. Just a little ahead of their house was a 5-star hotel, where the grandmother had a safe, and she had a good rapport with the hotel manager. So she would arrange for a small room for herself. That is, the hotel manager was a good person. Grandmother and Sam moved to the hotel. They could go anywhere, but an odd thing happens. Many guests start arriving at the hotel because they have a meeting and need to have a lavish dinner. All the witches were very fashionable. She comes there and meets the manager, saying, you know who we are? We need a little hall for our meeting. In fact, their plan is to kidnap all the children or give them such chocolate that has our magical nutrition. And as soon as they eat it, all the children will turn into animals. Because all the children here are quite misbehaved and they don't even deserve to be in this world. We don't have enough time to choose misbehaved children, so we will target all the children. Now night falls, and Sam is talking to his grandmother. It's raining outside. Sam asks, Grandma, what do witches look like? His grandmother says, son, their fingers are very long. Their nails are very dirty. That's why my son wears those gloves. Their hair doesn't look good at all, which is why they wear wigs and big hats. Hearing this, Sam was really scared because there was a storm outside. From now on, every morning, poor Sam would get bored. So he would take his pit mouse and go to play in a hall. But then the entire group of people arrives there when they come for their meeting. Sam sees them and gets scared, hiding from them. One of the big witches starts to smell his scent. But she can't find him anywhere, so she starts her meeting. Now all the witches were seated on the chair, and in front of them was the biggest witch. She pulls out a nutrition and shows it to them, saying, this is a magical nutrition. If you drop a drop of it into any chocolate or candy, it will have this effect. That means it can make children animal-like. She starts telling more about it, and then she suddenly catches Sam's scent again. She starts sniffing this stage, and as a result, her nose and face look quite dirty and quite funny. Finally, the biggest witch lifts and throws the stage. But there is no one underneath it. However, there was a window for ventilation right behind it. When she sees Sam through it and starts to reach for him, a healthy child, who was a guest, suddenly comes in. All the witches go towards her and catch her. He had a great fondness for eating and drinking, so the witches say upon seeing him that we can trap him, and they give him the chocolate in which they mix the potion. The boy eats the chocolate and then turns into a small mouse. Seeing that mouse, the witches themselves start getting scared and were about to crush it under their heels when Sam comes out through the ventilation window and takes the mouse with him. But Sam made a mistake by doing that because all the witches can see him. They catch him, and then they put the potion drop in his ear, which transforms Sam into a mouse as well. Now Sam, the mouse, and the mouse associated with the healthy child immediately escape from there. Sam's pet mouse is also with them, and we find out that she was a girl, and the witch had turned her into a mouse by feeding her chocolate. Thus, the three of them become very good friends, and they say, "We will definitely take revenge on those witches." So, he immediately goes to his grandmother and tells her that they had turned him into a mouse. Grandma says, "They turned my children into mice. I will definitely take revenge on those sorceresses." Now Sam tells his grandmother that a funny thing is that the room where the witches are staying can be seen from their balcony. His grandmother gets an idea and says, "I'm meeting a shock. I'll put you in it and send you down. You need to steal that potion and bring it back up, and I'll fix you all." So she does just that, putting her grandson, Sam, in the shock and starts lowering him down. Sam is quite scared, but the witch is not there. Then Sam picks up the potion and comes back again. Now, as his grandmother is pulling the sock, the witch sees it and grabs the sock tightly. And Sam's grandmother says, "Let it go. I was knitting this and it fell down. That's why I'm pulling it back again." So the witch says, "How can that be?" And she was about to check on him. And if she had seen him, she would have killed poor Sam, that mouse. But just then, the hotel manager arrives, causing her to let go of the socks. Now the nourishment has arrived with Grandma. She puts it on a plate and dips the mice one by one. But what is this? The potion has no effect because it could turn humans into animals, not the other way around. Sam says, "Grandma, we can't be fixed. So why not pour this potion into the soup of those witches that they are going to drink today? Anyway, you can go to them, can't you?" So Grandma says, "Wow, children, what a great idea." And then she takes all three mice and the potion in her bag where the witch's soup is being prepared, and pours the potion into it. Now, while doing this, the hotel manager sees Grandma and says, "The mice belong to you, they should indeed be brought into the kitchen, right? If you have done something very dirty." Grandma says that these mice are not mine. Check everything. Grandma had hidden the mice in the corner of her bag, but when the manager checks their room and belongings, he finds no mice, so he feels quite embarrassed. Grandma says, "I will sue you, how dare you check someone else's room. Just watch, the police will shut down your hotel. I made a mistake, please enjoy your dinner on my behalf, and I apologize to you." So Grandma succeeds in her plan and even gets food. And just then, it's time for the witch's dinner. He had made that soup only for himself, and it was going to be even better that he would turn into a mouse just by drinking that soup. As soon as she drinks the soup, she quickly turns into a mouse. Seeing them, Grandma is very happy, and I am also enjoying it a lot. All the workers and Grandma herself also start killing those mice. The one bad thing that happened was that the biggest witch had not yet tasted the soup, which is why she does not turn into a mouse. So the three mice set a trap. With great cunning, they managed to place the trap on her finger, causing her to scream. They quickly pour the potion into her mouth, and she has also turned into a mouse. But she was a bit bigger than the other mice, and they all confine her in a glass cup. Then Grandma puts a cat in front of that witch mouse. And what do we know? That cat would kill or eat that mouse. Now Grandma is quite happy and takes the three mice with her out of the hotel because they are no longer afraid of the witches. She could have lived in our home too. Outside, we see that the parents of the healthy children are quite worried about where their son is gone. But his mother was quite bad. He never loved his son. And when his son speaks in the voice of a mouse, she gets scared and says, "You keep him, I don't want him." The mouse then replies, "All right, I found my friends, and I'm glad to be free from them." Now Grandma takes the three mice with her and feeds them, and all three mice are very happy with their lives and having new friends. And Grandma takes great care of them. The funny thing is that the three mice never wanted to become humans again. They enjoyed, played, and had a lot of fun, and Grandma was also happy watching them. And thus the movie has a happy ending.